Okay, so we have this Dell, and what I'm gonna do, I will try to fix that because it's pretty dead. So yeah, let's start debug. Okay, so I have already here the PCB that has the issue. So I was doing already a little bit of debug, so I just want to show you what's the story and what's happened. So how to do quick debug of the power supply. So first of all, we have a bridge over here, and we're supposed to measure that quickly with settings for a diode. Okay, hold on, because I'm not sure you see that correctly. Okay. So there is two things. This, when that PCB was connected, we could hear the choking kind of sound, which is kind of like a beep 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 beep. That means there is a possible short. So how to measure diode? It's kind of simple. Where is a line? It's actually the way when it's not connecting, not and not letting the signal to go. So one side is supposed to be totally disconnected, and another we should have around 500-ish. Okay, so this means there is no issues in general. What else we may measure? We may measure a fuse. Okay, and short on there is a short or not on the capacitor, but be careful because can be charged up. So as we may see, there is no short. It's 12 kilo. Then we have, this is I think the fuse. I don't have schematic for that, but from it's F301, I think. So that's referred to fuse. Okay, fuse is simple. If it's burned, it will not beep. Okay, or will be open circuit here, which is correct. Then I already lift here a diode, okay, because I know that's the one of the issues. So that side we may simply define is in generally okay. We have as well here transistor. How to measure transistor, maybe I will show in a different video, but the biggest issue over here was a short on that line here. Okay, and I will try to actually put this diode back because I lifted one side. Okay, so the diode is touching, touching the surface. That's the true hole anyway. Then we will have a short. Okay, I can't really place this back correctly because I think this diode is already in a stage that one side is a kind of cold joint and another is removed. But let's say I'm gonna try to, okay, push that a little bit. I don't have my soldering iron set up here right now, because now it's more likely a bit of the theory, okay? But we should see maybe now. I will try to do that. Okay. But here was a short on those capacitors. This is the caps, usually 100 or 300 microfarads on a 35 volts. But the diode here, as you may see, it's faulty, okay? The way to define what is actually faulty in the circuitry is to lift one side, which I did already. So I checked this diode. This is a shortcut diode. It's a fast diode. Usually on a high voltage, that one is for 200 volts. You can't put any diode over here because slow diode will heat up a lot and will probably die after a while, which may cause more damage to your board. And as we may see, there is no more short in the capacitors, okay, which is correct. I know sometimes issue could be as well this chip. Let me see it. Hold on, I'm just gonna try to. That fella may cause the issue, okay. And here we have some SMT diode, okay. It's fine. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place kind of replacement diode, okay. I didn't have an original diode, so this is the diode which I removed from other device. It's a UF5407, and by the book, this is very fast diode, okay, and it's also on a 200 volts and supposed to survive. However, it's not recommended to use that for a long term. Why? Because my first of all, power consumption would be much higher, and secondly, may burn later on. So if you want to check that the power supply is working, you may go ahead with that one. The diode what I have here, which is causing me a headache, I will try to tell you now. It's a MBR, I think 3200. 3200, yeah. And we have here another transistor, okay, which also could be faulty, but this transistor potentially could be with a resistor. They will have to check schematic. That's the jumper, so of course we'll make the sound. Yeah, actually this is okay, that's grand. It is on the same line. So that could be some sort of hazard is a transistor, but that could be, yeah, PD601. I have to double check because it's in a weird position that they didn't took off that part to check correct. However, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna replace the diode and I'm gonna see if that will solve the issue, okay? And I will show you how the whole set is actually operating, and I hope that the fuse doesn't gonna blow up. So thank you. And let's see how this actually works in a monitor. So we're back. I'm going to try to remove that diode. Okay, here I have my soldering station, and yeah, it's an old welder station made in Germany, so hopefully that will do. So okay, we have that over here. I'm gonna apply a little bit of flux just to see how this will go. First of all, what we need to do, we need to I hope you may see it as well. Maybe I will make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so we're just gonna remove that. Yeah, so this is a true hole, so this is not some rocket science, okay. Okay, remember that the tip needs to be clean if you want to do some decent job. Oh, actually this diode fall off. You may clear the hole. All right. Okay, now here we have the issue. So this diode was like that. Why? Because you see it's a marking over here. Hold on. Just gonna grab one of my tweezers. Let's say this one. USD. So we are safe. Yeah, so this diode was over here. And the polarization of the diode, you may say, is over here. So line is going that way. That diode doesn't have perfect legs. Let's see if it will fit, or I will have to do some magic with it. Okay, I see already there will be a trouble which I didn't take into account, and I am not ready for the trouble because the okay, let's see if this will do. Okay, so in general, you know, this is a true hole, but we don't do this in IPC class 3 because it's more for me, but usually you're supposed to have stress relief for the diode. Okay, I have to remove a little bit of extra solder what I have on the diode. So we may do that way. I'm gonna put a braid here. Okay. And same from another side. The old wire is still heating up well. Yeah, let's move this there. And see if this will fit well. Okay, we have to do small adjustment. Okay. I don't think we'll be. It's actually ground. You may see the legs well. So I'm just gonna cut from one side. So this is 3 ampere diode. I didn't mention that. So yeah. Okay, one side is already there. All right. Now, no, because the old wheeler doing some fun stuff to me. Okay. Okay, now should be good. Should be fine. Okay, we may add a little bit of flux. Okay, I don't add too much. Okay, so it's just then cleaning is necessary. This is cleanless flux, so should be fine. Okay. Not too much. Doesn't have to be, you know, it's kind of okay. Let's see, there is no spikes. That's more for me rather than any requirement if you're doing, you know, a job for yourself at home. And one more here. It's kind of important with this diode to a little bit heat them. Okay. I think that would be all. And yeah, so that's how it looks like. Here it is. The body is above the PCB. You know, we have a lot of space here, so we don't bother about that. And hold on, I gotta move a little bit the camera back. Okay. So now what we're gonna do kind of dry run, and we will see if nothing will explode. And I tell you that it still may. Yeah. Important thing is to check actually there was the story in the circuitry, but we know that was a diode issue, so it just maybe just to check for the crack. You see, this diode has 300, yeah, it's gonna have a little bit less, okay, which is okay. I'm gonna check another one. They should be pretty much the same. They have around 390, you know, while this diode here is a total short, you know, which is simple indicator of the. Okay, as this is gonna be, first we have to check that we don't have any bits of metal here. Oh, I burned a little bit of my mat. Okay, we're gonna use the same cable from Weller. So, and when you're doing that kind of magic, just make sure, first of all, we are connecting only to see if there is some sort of issue there. Okay, it still may be some issue, so remember, don't be too close of device. Okay, nothing explode. Let's see that we have a voltage. Honestly, this. So we should have some volts here. Yeah, we have fine 130, 130. Lovely. What is on the diode? We should have some voltage there as well. It's 34. Other side, yeah. So it seems to be fine. There is no noise, which is good. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put everything now together and see what's the story. Okay, and be careful because this cap probably charged already, and you know, may do some extra shock to you if you don't gonna, you know, be careful. Okay, let's check a diode now if didn't die, because what's happened, the circuitry still could be a short there. Okay, doesn't mean that everything will work perfectly. Why? Because I still don't know this diode is perfectly fine. I think there is extra. Okay, hold on, we're gonna change the diode. Okay, there could be still some voltage, power there, so it's charged, you know, and going mental. But yeah, it's still alive. Seems to be. So let's put now this monitor together. Okay. So I will pause now. Okay, so we have here the rest of our patient. Yeah, I will pretty much don't bother with that, but the information is like 40 screen. Didn't want to power up, so yeah. What's funny with this, or maybe not funny, but she's upside down, I think. Yeah, so what's the story with that monitor? Okay, this Dell. I don't know what happened, but I didn't fix monitors for a while, and for some reason the quality of them drastically changed. So if you know or not, it used to be some screws, it used to be some assembly extra things here, you know, blah blah. Now it's just the tape. I don't know, some, that's pretty much, mostly tape. And I think it's cool, I don't think it's cool, but it is what it is. And we have to live with that. I don't even know how I'm gonna put that into frame later on, but okay. Okay, so this is our heart pretty much. As you may see, I take it off. Oh no, whoa, where is it? Few things are ready, so that video will not last 10 years. And like that. Now I have to remind myself how this actually goes. I don't want to damage the tape. There was a reason why I didn't take off that tape. Because it's definitely hard, okay. And we need to do that in a smart way, because it's very easy to damage, and I don't want to fix anything else here. Okay, so we have some screws here. I don't even remember which was going where, but now the mystery question is how this actually goes. Okay, this is going here. There we go. Okay, sorry. We have this there, okay, and now here is some tricky way to actually insert that. Here is some, you see this kind of, oh, do you see? Yeah, you should see. It's some sort of nipple to raise that. Okay, fine. We have this here. Now we have some three screws, and I totally do not remember which was going where. Yeah, one screw, I think this one was here, because the size looks like. Okay, let's quickly screw that. Alright, fine. And two other screws. I think they are much smaller, and but it's those ones. There. I don't think we may do any short here. I don't think so. This, I think, is going in some sort of weird way like that, because this is placed for QR code, so the operator or the technician in the service may scan it and see what's the story. Here we have our cable that needs to clip there. Is actually shouldn't be too difficult. Right, you can't put that different way. I mean, you can, but possibly you will damage something. Okay. Okay, I don't know what is the second screw. I'm just gonna, let's say, be a little bit knotty. It's the sword. doesn't want to screw in. Okay. It actually, I think it's something with that also has to stay like this. Fine. Now, another part of the mystery is now this should go some kind of like that. And as I don't remember exactly how that was, because I was too fast and too furious, I will say maybe like that. But do we care? Probably we do. Here is another tape which is keeping that switch, and there is a power for the screen. I mean, I don't even know what that is, to be honest. I think maybe I will show you. It could be for the buttons, but I think no, this is gonna be a power for the screen, because buttons are on the strip here. Okay, so I honestly tell you that the way how they made that stuff over here, that acts like this cable here, it's terrible. Guys, change that connectors in Dell, because your technician's probably suffering. Okay, this is that connector. Very difficult. It's some kind of soft plastic, very easy to damage, and I was struggling to actually take that off. And if you don't gonna take that, then it will be an issue, because you don't gonna be able to take that board PCB from there. Okay, as we have this now like that, okay, it is kind of funny, because we have to actually create a situation that these screws will penetrate the board, and normally it will be easy. However, well, because I moved everything and I don't have enough space, sorry for that, this boot opens. However, you have as well here USB. Ta-da! Okay, so you have to be gentle, because otherwise we don't gonna have our USB. And yeah, and they are in some sort of working system, which is okay. Now, I think I'm gonna stick now. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing now, okay? I'm doing that what was originally the tape. Excuse me, tape holding, sorry, tape holding this metal cage. It's the most weird and cheap way of production, you know. I think this, because the line is here, I see, I'm gonna just put like it was originally, okay, and in the tier is supposed to fit. So yes, this, that, and tape here. Stop, will you? Stop. That's ridiculous, you know, and I think I made a mistake as well, because as I know life. Okay, let's have a look. Maybe it's like that. I'm just guessing right now. Yeah. Okay, I have to hurry up because it's taken ages now. So let's connect our USB. There's my tweezers. Okay. I believe is like that. But I could be wrong because I see already doing it properly. This is some sort of line. Okay. How deep supposed to go? So I believe that's okay. Now the worst part, what I actually think gonna be the buttons for, but they are in a frame, so I can't do much with this. Okay, let's see. Okay. Shall I put the frame now? See, I don't remember how it was. I think frame is needed. Okay. Old mistake. Okay, we're gonna put the frame under because we are going to be clever. I'm gonna remove that one. It's gonna put under. Put on disconnect this USB. It's a little bit awkward design. I'm gonna lie you. But I know it's as well the probably cheapest design. Okay. So let's leave that guy. Let's put the frame in. Okay. Frame fits perfectly. And now, mystery question. How those buttons will work. Okay, I know how. They will work in a funny way. There's not any, I believe, locking system as well, so again, not my favorite design. Honestly, design, I will say, is bad. But I understand, this is office, it's not the stuff as a pro kind of thing. Alright, but I really don't like the buttons. Not my favorite. I think it's actually kind of hard to put that there, you know? I don't know why they did that, but okay. But someone took the money for it, so look. I hope I'm not gonna have to open this just to adjust the button, because the power button is really, I think, the hardest one to actually push there. Maybe to no, gonna work even. Okay, maybe now. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's say it will. Okay. Okay. Don't gonna lock that yet because we need to check if it's even power. That's what we need now. And then we're gonna think about the rest. Hold on. I'm gonna change the point of view now. So maybe you will see if it's working or not, okay? Okay, so we have a monitor here, okay. I put upside down. Why? I'm gonna switch one of the light. Simply because otherwise I have to screw everything and then it will not work. Unscrew this again, so that's not the deal. And let's try the fella. So we have a power cable now. Well, still in the condition of hold the wall, and I will take the money. Okay, so seems to be a victory. Okay, most interesting, the buttons. Oh, something happened with them. I switched something, I don't even know what. Hold on. Ah, okay, so VGA HDMI. Okay, we want an HDMI. And I gonna oh Jesus Christ, I don't want to damage that before it's even put together. So give me a sec, I'm gonna put some signal here. HDMI, okay. I know what I'm gonna do. I have here my devices. Go like that. So let's, oh no, HDMI. Bang. And sorry that it's upside down, that is more likely to see if it's working or not, okay? And where is my remote? Bam. Bam. It is working. So do I am happy? Yes, I am. Because I fixed that and I will keep that as my spare monitor. However, probably I will have to change that diode after a while because I don't know how will hit. Okay, so I hope I help you a little bit. What's the name of that monitor, so you will know exactly. So hold on, I'm gonna switch off that probably because now it's a mess. So yeah, it's a Dell P2717H. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna put everything together and probably made the last short video. Oh, alright, so the last conclusions, what I may like about this monitor is, first of all, when you have a PCB out from that cage, is relatively easy to fix. Okay, you have all components marked correctly. I lost 2 screws somewhere. I'm gonna look for them later on. I manually screwed out a little bit. Yeah, in generally the build quality for, let's say, budget monitor for your office, it's fine. I like in this monitor that you have several outputs plus USB. You actually have 4 USB here, so you may charge your phone and do other stuff. I like that you have VHS output and as well you have regular one and HDMI. Okay, so that's for sure. Another thing is what I will call a big plus, and is the way how it's locked. So you may relatively not damage too much the plastic here, and you are able to get inside. Okay, I didn't butcher too much. I start opening that from the bottom up till up. Okay, why? Simply because on the bottom you don't gonna see it when it will be on a stand, and from the top you may still see. Yeah. What I butcher a little bit here. Okay, see that now, but look, nobody is perfect. What else? And that will be pretty much it. And the quality of the components as well. As you may see, it was kind of simple power supply. It was not some rocket science, some crazy cheap components to make your life difficult. The main function of that monitor is be cheap, yes, and be reliable. Okay. One thing is, if I will be designer of a new Dell monitor in the future, you know, I will go for different type of securing that PCB. What you have buttons on it. Okay, just especially if you have power button there, it's kind of relatively hard to, you know, put that well. It's a little bit messy, you know. I understand that it's supposed to be a quick way how the technician fixing, so he doesn't have to unscrew it, and it's kind of locking system there, but it's not holding well. Okay, next thing, and probably the last one, I will put the cage on the screws. Not long. I know that it's a monitor there. You may do the blind screws so you don't gonna penetrate the screen, or you don't gonna make this you don't gonna damage the LCD. And that will be all. And I have to tell you, it's grand in general. Do I recommend this to fix? Yes. So you know that it's somewhere. Whoa! Actually, something fall here. Take this. Yeah. Extra light. So yes, that will be that will be all. I hope you enjoy with that Then I will try to turn the light and zoom for the part number P2717H. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. I hope you will it will be more easy for you to fix your monitor. Any questions, ask me. If you want a little bit more videos related to electronics, let me know. Yeah, or you have some dead body there and you want to fix that. I mean, maybe the body needs a part toward a patient which doesn't work, and is not working. We may try to analyze your not working device together. Okay, so the monitor is already assembled. Yeah, little scratch here somewhere. There's not too much butchered, okay? It's an acceptable way. However, you know, this monitor is quite big. I have MSI here, which is my main monitor, and I have a feeling like it's a little bit smaller than that one, but yeah, it's working well. I don't see any big issues there. It's gonna be good for, I have to clean the screen because there's plenty of fingers around. Yeah, quality is not bad. So yeah, I think it's a for sure good monitor for the office work, you know. Yeah, but the most important is it's working. So yeah, we will see how the diode will, how long will survive, and if will be any issue, I will let you know. Thanks.